And we're going to say big waves out there. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. I hope that you all had a blessed day with friends and family and honored all of those who served this beautiful country and lost their lives for it yesterday during Memorial Day. So hopefully you were able to participate in something fun and powerful yesterday. So I know that we had a good day out here in California, and I am back here um, for the foreseeable future. So I'll be here for at least a few more weeks, and then we'll see. So I'm a little late because it's 7 a.m. here and I'm not used to it yet. But we're gonna get back to it. So Coach is out and about, so it's just me today, and we are gonna overcome that because our word today is overcome. So I actually didn't see any birthdays today. I did see some birthdays this weekend. So I don't know if Tia is here or Darla. I've got to see. Oh, Tia is here. So we're going to go ahead and sing to her today. And then let's see if Darla's here. I don't see Darla. And there might be some birthdays today. So if it's your birthday today, I didn't see it. So we love you so much and we want to sing you happy birthday. So let us know if it is your birthday. But our word for today is overcome. And I love this word, and I'll tell you who requested it. It was me. Sometimes I need a word, and sometimes I decide to request one. So I made the executive decision to go ahead and do overcome and overcoming. But I always want to do your words too, so feel free to send them my way. But the definition of overcome is to successfully deal with or gain control of something difficult, like a challenge, fear, obstacle, hardship, something like that. But what does that actually mean? It's not just about winning. And it's not just, definitely not about avoiding tough times, because I think most of us, if we had the opportunity, we probably would, right? Would anybody say, you know what? I would really love to have some hard times this week, so let me focus on that. Like, I don't think any of us choose that. So I don't think avoiding them is an option, but it's about pushing through that difficulty because every single one of us, we're all going to have great days and we're going to have mediocre days and then we're going to have garbage days. Like we all absolutely are. And so it's pushing through those difficult moments and growing stronger in the process, coming out better on the other side. And it's facing what stands in our way and refusing to let it define us. And doesn't that sound lovely? Like to not be designed, or sorry, excuse me, defined by those hard days. And this is so important because, like I said, we're all going to have these days. We're all going to have hard moments, and it's going to build that resilience and grit. I love that word grit. I'm actually shopping for grit right now, which is a weird thing to shop for, but I've got a diving board at home, and it's a little too slick. And there's not enough traction on it. So my son always complains. He says, I'm trying to kill him. Because he's like, I am going to fly off this in the wrong direction. So you need to get, a little bit more traction on here. So I'm shopping for grit. We all need grit. If we were just smooth, people would slide right off us, right? We wouldn't get to the hard parts and we wouldn't be able to make it through. So we all need to be a little bit grittier. It deepens our confidence. When we fight through something hard and we make it through the other side, don't you feel so confident in what you can achieve? Right? And it could be something, I don't know, small, like you learn how to change a tire. I say that on here a lot. I do not know how to change a tire. I would have to YouTube it, but I would figure it out maybe if I could get the traction on the little twisty turny thing. I'm sure there's an appropriate word for that, but it's the twisty turny thing in my world. But I need to learn that. And when I figure it out, I'm going to have so much more confidence on the road because I'm not worried that if something happens that I can't fix the calamity. It prepares us for bigger victories ahead. When we overcome that challenge right now, well, it shows us that we can overcome the even bigger challenges that we have the chance to be in our future. And guess what? It inspires those around us. So when people see us go through hard things and come out stronger on the other side, doesn't it inspire them? And when you see somebody like that, doesn't it inspire you? Like I see so many of you. Well, I think about Lance, right? I actually rode an elevator with an Iron Man Iron Lady. I don't know what's the word for that, Lance. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was a little bit of a fangirl with her, but I was so inspired. And I thought about you, Lance, and all of that. She probably thought I was crazy. But when we see people go through hard things, it inspires us to want to be a little bit stronger, a little bit braver, a little bit more willing to go through those things. And then it reminds us that those setbacks aren't the end. They're just a part of our story. They're just a part of life. They're just one little blip on the overall scheme of what's truly important. So, the quote that I found is a good old Helen Keller quote, and it says, although the world is full of suffering, it's also full of the overcoming of it. And I think that's so incredibly powerful. So, what I looked into today was okay, this all sounds great, right? I want to overcome, I want to overcome, I want to overcome, but how? How does Andrea out here become an overcomer? And the first thing that I need to do is I need to believe that I can. I've got to start by knowing that I'm stronger than I feel in those hard moments. And I think when we're in that hard moment, sometimes we can lean into the weakness and we can lean into the fear. And we forget that, you know what? I'm 49 years old and I have a 49-year track record of getting through hard things. So I think today's the day that I'm going to keep going, not the day that I'm going to fall apart. Next, I've got to face it and not fake it. I've got to acknowledge that there is a challenge. I've got to name it. And then I'm going to take one step forward in that challenge. Next, I'm going to write a new story. So I'm going to tell myself to stop saying I can't. Anybody guilty of I can't? I have an I can't and I never vocabulary sometimes. I would never, I could never, I sure couldn't do that. And if we want to become an overcomer, we've got to rewrite that vocabulary and stop saying I can't and instead saying, what's the next right move? What can I do next to keep moving forward? Next, I've got to talk like an overcomer. So, with that, I've got to watch my words. I've got to say things like, I'm figuring it out instead of that's impossible or this is impossible. I'm learning a little bit more every single day. I'm getting a little bit stronger every single day and I'm overcoming. I've got to build that inner strength. So that's the next action item on my to-do list is to build that inner strength. So what does that look like? Maybe that means I've got a journal. Maybe that means I've got to work on my self-development. Anybody else part of a team and you're really focusing on that self-development? Isn't it powerful? Like, doesn't matter. I really think it does not matter what genre you read from, what book it is, because no matter what, you're going to grow and you're going to learn. So read something, pray, rest when you need to, lift yourself up, listen to that worship music, whatever it looks like for you, but build that inner strength inside and grow that strength. And then lastly, if I truly want to become an overcomer, I've got to celebrate my progress. I've got to see the places that I've grown and I've got to give myself that atta girl. Sometimes we're looking for the rest of the world to pat us on the back. Anybody else is like, I want somebody to pat me on the head, pat me on the back, right? Maybe even give me a forehead kiss. Like I'm looking for somebody else to give that to me. And you know who really needs to do that? It's great when somebody else does, but you got to do it to yourself. So the forehead kiss might be hard, but you can definitely give yourself the pat on the back, right? You can give yourself the pat on the head and celebrate every single little victory because it all counts. And if we stock up on those wins and we stack them on top of each other, we can really build that confidence to realize, you know what? I can do hard things. So that's what I have for you guys this morning. We had a little of affirmation. So I love this one. And maybe jot it down, maybe repeat it to yourself, maybe ignore it. I don't know. You do whatever you want. But the affirmation is I am an overcomer. I may face resistance, but I rise with resilience. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat because it's hard. There was a lot of R's and all of that in there. I don't know how much of it I said right, but I'll put it in the chat because I thought it was a powerful one. And Tia, we're going to go ahead and sing to you this morning. So I'm going to ask you guys all to unmute and thank you for joining me this morning. Without Coach, we'll see. He'll be in and out this week, so hopefully we'll get him tomorrow. Can't promise it, but hopefully we will. But let's go ahead and sing this morning. Happy birthday. Who's with me?
Ted Wilson.
All right, good, good, good. So happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Yoshi.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday
to
Happy
you.
birthday,
And many
Kia.
more.
love you guys.
Everybody have a
Have a
great day.
beautiful,
Love you
Happy
guys.
birthday, blessings.
Yeah.
Great day,
Great
everyone.
word.
Thanks for all your help.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea. Good show.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day.